All right, so I'm here before you today in a First World War Austro-Hungarian uniform. Now, I have in front of me a Type 95 World War II Japanese gas mask. Now, I'm more educated in the topics of the First World War rather than the Second World War, and especially Japan. But I ask that you excuse me for a second and let me show you this wonderful piece of history. Um, if this video does well, I might make more videos like this on the channel. We'll see. Let me guys know if you know anything about this mask, as I am very, very uneducated when it comes to the Second World War Japan. So, this is my Type 95 Japanese gas mask. It is in remarkable condition, and despite me not knowing much to actually talk about it, I think I'd rather like to show you guys it, because from my understanding, these masks are quite hard to find in good condition, and mine is in near mint condition. So I thought I should document it for people who want to learn more about this mask. And please, in the comments, tell me almost everything you know about this mask. I am eager to learn more. So what I have in front of me here is the carry bag, and I have the original box. I'll show you all that up close in a second here. Inside the box, I have the gas mask, the original respirator in the original packaging, and the tube. It's not crusted, it's still very flexible, and it's in near mint condition with all the original sealing. So I guess without further ado, I'll stop talking about it, and I'll get to showing you guys it here. So this is the box. All right, going to move you down here for a minute. This is the box. A little bit of water damage to the bottom. Besides that, on the sides, it's in very good condition. On the top here, we have some sort of, looks to be carry strap that seems to have ripped off from right here a long time ago. But that might be like a carry handle of sorts, I think. I've seen a lot of other British gas masks do similar things. Close that. This is the front of the packaging, so get a good look at that. I'll do close-ups of some details at the end here, but I'll give you an overview of it while I have it in the box here. As well as that, there's this stamp here at the bottom, or like little paper image. Now again, I'll show that close-up at the end here. Without further ado, this is the open package here. There is a label here. I will show close up on camera when I'm out of the seat here. And this is the mask setup that I have it in there. I have the mask and the tube and the respirator, and I'll take this out one by one. Here is the tube for the gas mask. It is in mint condition. It's still stretchy. And it is not, I don't know what you'd call it, dried out, I guess. Put that there. This is the gas mask. It is a Type 95 model, so it has the smaller looking nose and the, not the internal like face cup. It's in absolutely remarkable condition. I can even still see through that. Exhale valve right here, it's a one-way valve. And I'll show this stuff close up. There's where your respirator feeds on. It has the original cardboard piece used to actually put inside the mask to prop it up in packaging. Put that there. This, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but I'll show you it up close, is the little clamp that you use to put the respirator on. Gotta take this one out carefully. I'll explain this in a second when I have a little bit more space. And this is the original instruction manual. It is still very good. So now we'll get on to the mask itself. So as far as the mask itself goes, this is the gas mask. This is the hose. And this is the respirator. And the reason I'm being so careful with this respirator is it's quite unique. it has the original, you see that sticker there? I don't know if you can, but I'll show you it up close in a minute here. This is the original wrapping paper on the respirator that they stored it with. It also has the original rubber cap on the top, which is not crusted either, it's stretchy. And the bottom is still sealed up like it's factory new. That's why I'm being very careful with it, as I don't want to rip that wrapping paper, which is absolutely remarkable that it still has it on there. Assembly of this mask goes as such here. This, like I said, fell off. This is the little clamp. It goes on right there. What you do is you take this and you just screw that in to the bottom of the mask, like so. And that's kind of how that looks with the tube in. And then what you would do, or I might, is you flick up this lever here, and that loosens this up so you can slide this respirator on that tube, and it fits in there with that rubber cap on there still. And then you clamp that little lever down tightly, and it squeezes that rubber around that respirator, allowing it to stay on. So that is the complete gas mask assembly. Now, this here, I think I'll set that down there. We can come back to this stuff later. I'll show it all up close once we're kind of done with the unboxing part of this. This is the carry bag for this gas mask. Since this respirator's boxy and heavy, what you would do is, I don't know if this is exactly what all this is for, but I have plenty of gas masks in my collection that I know a lot more about, so I'm going to just kind of tell you what I think all this is for. This should be worn like this around your chest here. And this is the carry bag. It has, and I'll show it up close, 2 compartments in here, one for the respirator, one for the gas mask. What you would do now is that your respirator would sit here and be put onto your shoulders while you have it in here. And then you'd put the mask on your face and pull it out when you need it, of course. It has a snap. It's writing in here and on here is in really good condition, and I will show that up close on camera. And then there's these 2 strings on the side here that I'm assuming you would tie around your waist so it wouldn't, you know, fling up and stuff while you were moving around. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not in World War II Japan, but I still think it's a really interesting piece of history. I'm not going to put the respirator in the bag because, just obviously because the wrapping paper and just how old it is, really. But I will maybe kind of here give you a representation of how that might look on me in a minute here. So, got the helmet hair right there, just kind of and the valves, I don't know how well you guys can hear me in this thing, but the valves on this work really well. And then this hose kind of going out like that. I normally don't put on a lot of these gas masks due to the fact that most gas masks were made with asbestos up until like the 1980s. But from my very kind of educated standpoint on this mask, the only asbestos is in the filter, and this is still sealed up beautifully. This was sitting in a Japanese person's like storage garage, and it was their grandpa's. This thing has never been used. It is in mint condition, and it's a lovely piece to have in my collection. And if the person who sold me this is watching this, I hope you're doing great and your mask is in great hands. So it's pretty much unused. So I'm not too scared to put it on and actually take a look at what, uh, being in one of these masks feels like. It still breathes great. The exhale valve is still good. That is in this little compartment here. I think like the Type 99, I'm not sure, don't uh, put me on the spot here, but the Type 99 has like a little trap door back here too you can open to access that valve. But this is the Type 95, so it does not. But without further ado, I'm going to take my phone off that tripod there, and I will show you guys a lot of this stuff and equipment up close here. So I guess I'll first start with the box here. Here's the label on the box up close. This is how that looks. I have no clue what that says. I do not speak Japanese. It's still an amazing piece to have in my collection. Here's the inside of the box. Kind of see that. And there's a label here. If anyone wants to translate that, I'll give them a second now. This is the little carry cord piece I was talking about. It looks like that was probably a handle from there to there. I've seen other gas mask boxes do that. I don't see much in there. If anyone knows what these two little holes were for, let me know. They're like cardboard rings with a little rivet around them. Let me know, because I actually don't know, and I've seen that on more than just this gas mask. And here, I put some light on that, is that label I was talking about. If anybody wants to know what that is, it seems there's a peeled off sticker there too. So I will then move this down. Here is the carry bag. Here's that label I was talking about. It is in remarkable condition. This snap here still snaps, and it's not really rusted. You see in here, there's the two compartments I was talking about. And there is this as well. I know the French M2 had a pocket like this as well. This is actually a pocket. I can get my finger under there. And the French put spare gas mask lenses in here. I don't know. I'm assuming just because how flat it is that this is the same gimmick as the French one, but I actually do not know exactly. The strap system is just basically like the small box respirators, if you guys know what the small box respirator is. This also says something. If we can get my phone in there to take a look at that. There we go. It's upside down, of course, or maybe it's not. I have no clue how they printed this. And there's a little bit of a better look at the inside. Mint condition. So then, here's the gas mask. This is the gas mask itself. Yeah. It's coated in like a fabric-ish rubber. I don't know, it feels like all rubber, but it seems like there's a thin layer of fabric. I think these are threaded lenses. A lot of the lenses that I see online are like really burnt looking, like they have this black stuff all over them, like you see there. And they have cracks in them, but there's no cracks on the outside. There's no cracks on the inside layer. I'm assuming this is actually on the, like, if I'm not mistaken, these masks have like a middle layer of glass, or they just don't go all the way through. And on this lens here, you have only a little bit of crystallization and one major crack. This is the little rubber tape type deal that they use. This still feels rubbery. It doesn't even feel solid. This entire mask is still rubbery, and it's remarkable. This is the inside. I can get my phone in there behind the straps. This is the inside of the mask. Right here, if you know nothing about gas masks, I will explain this to you. I have no clue what the nose was for. I'm assuming it's something for airflow or intimidation. There's kind of the view from the lenses. I couldn't see y'all when I had this on, but here's kind of how those are stitched on. What you see here is that when you breathe in through this one-way valve in this little hole here, the air travels up these tubes, and when it breathes in, defogs the gas mask lenses. And when you breathe out, that air goes through that secondary valve down there, that one, down that little hole. I'm just making sure, it's not wet. I know it looks wet from the camera. That's just how it's painted. There's no moisture. Here's some of the stamping. If you can let me know when or how this was produced or what company this is, if you can recognize this, to let me know. I'd be super happy to know. Here's a closer look at the exhale valve, and there's the rubber gasket in there. And that's the mask part of this. Here's, actually, I'll show the straps too. These are the straps. And they are still in really good shape and still flexible.